Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Last time I played the United States, I gave myself some extra time, and to be honest, didn't do much better. So I'm going to limit myself to 2 minutes, which I find relatively challenging. Select the United States and see how we do under a little more pressure. Heavily wooded. This looks tough. And these very low quality camera images, it's hard to get a feel really for where you are, let alone any kind of idea. The sun is quite low. You know, we're obviously in quite a leafy area, so I'm thinking the north or the northeast, but hard to tell. We're obviously also on some kind of not single track, but you know, pretty narrow road off the beaten trail, sort of a residential wooded area. So not sure at the moment. Let's see what we can find. Just see if we can find anything, a state flag or something in one of these homes, but gonna be hard. We could even be sort of in Maine or one of those places, you know, Maine, Michigan, Washington. The problem is in the States you can put a guess down and be a long way off. A long way off. What is this? Can we tell anything from that car? All the plates are blurred out, obviously, but we've gone quite a long way back actually. But sometimes you could tell. No, not really. You know, if it's orange or yellow, you can sort of tell that it's you might be in New York State. Funny one. I'm going to go for Raleigh in North Carolina. Is that right? Is Raleigh in North Carolina? Yes, it is. There we go. Let's go for the woods around there. Out here somewhere, why not? I don't know why I'm saying that. It just looks kind of in the middle to me. I'm just not sure what to guess. So, yeah, there we go. It's funny, for some reason, I'm not surprised by where it actually is. Where were we? We're in Arkansas. Okay. I didn't know where else to go with that one, so it's fair to say, look at the mess that we were in. We were tangled up in there. We'd never have gotten out, frankly. Not in a million years. And even then, we wouldn't have found much else. You know, unless you see a Arkansas state flag or something, it's going to be tough. Next round. Wow, this looks very pretty again. So again, to me, I'm thinking sort of Pennsylvania, Maine. Again, look at these horses. I mean, isn't this just great? Look at that idyllic house. Lovely. Got some horses, got the drive, got the view. Life is good for that family. Again, the sun kind of low in the sky, streaking through, giving a lovely color. It looks very autumnal here. You know, it's obviously seasonal. You get the fall. I think I've made a wrong turn. We've definitely gone off the main road. What was I saying? You know, you get the fall, you get, you know, the seasonality. So it's going to be in the north somewhere, further north than where we were last time, I think. Where were we? We were in Arkansas. Into the woods. Not having much luck here yet. It's going to be another guesser at this rate. I might even go for Maine. I keep talking about Maine. It doesn't feel quite as kind of redwoody as... I know that Maine isn't redwoody, but Maine is kind of outbacky. You know what I'm saying? People there are kind of keen on their hiking and their canoeing and their whatever. And this just doesn't quite feel like that. So maybe not. Again, it's quite rolling, isn't it? It's more rolling, I think, than Pennsylvania, for example. Could be upstate New York. Why don't we go for New York? You know, somewhere up here. Or Connecticut. Let's go for Connecticut. Why not? I don't think we've been in Connecticut yet. Let's go up there. Near Harwinton. See how we did. Oh, rubbish guess. Indiana. we were, south of Indianapolis, in the Hoosier National Forest. Well, I didn't see a sign for that. And to be honest, even if I did, it would have taken a pretty fast scrolling to find out where we were. So, yeah, not doing too well here at the moment. Need to get some luck. This could be the luck we need. A big highway is always a chance to see some signs. Alta Vista. Well, that's a little strange. Some big hangars there, goodness. Right, what does this sign say? I-70 Manhattan. Is that the Manhattan of New York? In which case, it's very strange to have a sign for Manhattan. You'd presumably have a sign for New York. 23. North. You can't go north into Manhattan. Well, you can if you're coming from New Jersey. But to be 23 miles out? I don't think so. That is not the Manhattan that we all know. We're going to come across the I-70 in a bit. The I-70, I think, is a big one. Like, the I's are these kind of big international ones. So, do we know where 70 is? We're going north-south, so that means that I-70 probably goes east-west. There's 69, 90, 94, 70, yes. So I'm going to put down a safety pin right now. I can't see the 70 going any further than there. So if we just go from New Stanton west, and we're looking for Manhattan, is going to be north or on the I-70. Do we see a Manhattan? Marston, Fairview, Washington, Cambridge. I'm going to put a pin down here because we're only going to get closer to Manhattan, hopefully. It's going to be west of where I currently am. Columbus. Do we see the 70 going on out here? Yes, we do. Put the pin down again. Enon, 70. And it was much further west of where I was. These roads in the States are so huge that even if you find the right one, it's going to be hard. So where were we? There. Yes, and there's Manhattan. So good to know. There is a town or a city called Manhattan, which is where Kansas State University is. Who would have known? That is not the Manhattan in New York. But the strategy there, just to be clear, was to find the beginning of the road, which we did. It was by New Stanton. And then if you're working west and you don't see where you need to be, then you can always just put a new pin down as you go because you're working your way closer to the solution. In our case, it would have taken us another 45 minutes. Next round. Oh, give me strength. Come on. This is another lonely open road. Very hilly here. I mean, it's just beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I mean, look at this. We're heading south now. Where are we going to go for? We haven't had anything in the west coast, and this to me, these kind of fir trees, I don't know if these are evergreen trees, but I always associate those with being sort of on the west side. So maybe, I'm thinking somewhere like Oregon. We could be in Oregon. We could be in California even. I don't know. At this rate, it's going to take us a minute to find out. The good thing about limiting the time, oh, come on, is that you guys don't have to hear me think my way around for too long before we find out where we really are. Fairbanks something road. Creek Road? Okay. Well, this is big open hill country. Fairbanks Historic Trail. Where is Fairbanks? Isn't Fairbanks in Alaska? I think it is. I think Fairbanks is in Alaska. Fairbanks? Yes, it is. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, what did the sign say? I think we know where we are. Fairbanks Historic Trail. Well, look, I don't know exactly where. I'm going to put us here on the 2. I don't know how far away from Fairbanks we are, but that is where we are. I'm pretty sure of it. I mean, Alaska's just gorgeous. Look at that. Oh, superb. Superb. I'm thrilled with that. Very happy that we could find Fairbanks, because that is, I would have put us down here, and that would have been a tough one. So, thrilled with round 4. That's resurrected us a little bit. Interesting. Looking right at a flag. Oh, it's just a national flag. I thought with the shadow there, that was kind of a diagonal line. It looks like a diagonal red line on a white background from there, but it's just very faded. Cool. Okay. Let's hope we hit a main... Oh, yes. Oh, another one. There we go. Sorry to zoom back and forth, but this might be the only chance we get. That does not look like a state flag to me. What does that look like to you? Corvette. Okay, thanks, buddy. Yeah, great. Your Corvette flag confusing me. This looks like a school. Could this be a school? I can't read that. Okay, we're back. Let's travel down the main road, because we are something Pulaski Boylston Snowmobile Club. Okay, well, we're going to be in the north or in the mountains, although it doesn't look very mountainous. Where would a snowmobile club be exactly? What kind of places have snowmobile clubs that aren't mountainous? Something like National Grid, hey? That's funny. That's strange, because you see the National Grid is a UK organization. I think they have something going on in like Pennsylvania, So I'm going to go with somewhere Appalachian. Why don't we say Duncannon? Just because we don't have long on the clock. But the National Grid is the business in the UK that runs the power lines here. And so I know that they have something else in the States as well. I just didn't know where. Look, so there we are. We're actually in New York State, in Pulaski. So, we weren't a bajillion miles off there with the whole snowmobile thing. I guess, that could have thrown... That didn't really help, I suppose. But what would have helped is if we found the road number 11 or the 81, which we did not do. So there we go. Look, you can't win them all. Game summary. And it seems to have frozen. Unfortunately, the game seems to have frozen, but anyway, there we go. We got to the end of the round. I think it's fair to say an interesting round in the US. Very glad I played it and learnt a few things, and I'm particularly thrilled with the Alaska round. Thank you very much for playing with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.